Hello, everybody. It's March 12th, 2026. My name is Xander. And guess what I did? I just recorded this whole thing and had my mic on mute the whole time. So this is the recording I made. So I'm going to play it and talk over it and try and remember what my mental state was in that. So this is just the raw recording. That's normally what I upload anyway. Sometimes I'll edit out a big silence in the Wordle, but I usually put that up in the like a text notification up on that. But here we go. Let's let's watch this and see what I did. Here's me introducing the day. Oh, let's play connections. Okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, first thing I noticed was the cuckoo clock. And then I saw the Mexican flag. I know that has a bird on it. And I know Fruit Loops has a toucan sponsor, but apparently I abandoned that and went with these things that go back and forth. At a certain point, I also considered Reformer for this. But that's because I found the final category of bar, step, spin, and reformer and thought reformer doesn't fit with that. Maybe swing fits with that. And then reformer goes with the things that go back and forth. But no, reformer is a type of exercise, which I was unfamiliar with. So that's why it looked wrong to me. I don't think I tried this first. And I think it's purple. Can't remember which one to try first. It's whatever ends up being blue, which I think is the thing that goes back and forth, maybe. Maybe I can skip through this a little bit. Yeah, here's where I'm explaining that I might go with reformer. Which I did not, obviously. Well, not obviously. I ended up not getting any mistakes. So I didn't go with this. Or I did go with this. This is correct. I still think it's wrong. It looks so wrong. Yeah, I tried this first. This is blue. All right, yeah. There's me explaining I don't know what reformer class is. Then I go with the birds, I think. Things associated with birds or featuring birds is what it's called. There we go. And then I mentioned that I couldn't tell which one of these was going to be yellow or green, but I happened to choose the green one. Which actually ended up being found first by most people. Yay! Yeah, there's by far the most people. Let's go to Strands. This one went well. Out and out. I couldn't think of what that meant at first, but I found dyed in the wool right away. But I mentioned that I didn't actually know what that meant. So I still didn't actually know what the actual theme was here. So I'm looking around. I see complete over on the right, upper right there. And it took me a few seconds to figure out what the bottom right was. Veritable. Come on. You can get it. You can get it, buddy. There we go. Good job. So then I figure out what the theme meant. We have total. We have thorough. And we have utter. And I still don't know what dyed in the wool actually means. Well, I don't know why it means utter or total. All right, there we go. Let's check the Wordle. This one went okay. I did have to use a test word here. So stole was next, and then I think I did spell. Yep. And then I thought I saw 3 possibilities, but I was afraid there would be more that I'm not seeing. So I went with a test word. There it is. And that got me the final answer. And I just checked the bot real quick to see if I could see if there was something else besides those 3: spell, smell, or shell, smell, and swell. And it doesn't look like there was really. And then let's move on to pips. This one also went okay. Yep, 1 in, 2 Rodolphos. Yeah, just look down. Notice you'll need a double. There it is. Actually, the easy one didn't go great. I was like, how do I make this 4? It's like, oh yeah, 0 is less than 5, isn't it? Come on. What's wrong with you? Yeah. All right. Let's do the medium. Yep, there's an 8 down there. That needs to be made with one domino. For some reason, I thought that was the only option, but it is not the only option and is also incorrect. Yeah, that one needs to be a double. So at some point, I figure out that there's nothing I can make the 10 with. Yeah, there we go. The 10 has to be 2 5s. I should probably be able to tell that the 6 has to go into the 7 because there's no 4s to go with the 3. And then obviously the 5s are taken by the 10. But it took me a little bit to realize that. Yep. There you go. Good job, buddy. You did it. Can't remember how long the hard took me. Well, we've got 5-ish minutes left in this, so 4 something. Yeah, so we got the 17 to go up there. Oh, I do remember that I got extremely lucky on this. Like every just random guess I made turned out to be correct. So it was not that satisfying of a solve, to be honest. I think I ended up putting the 1s down in the 6, that lower right 6, the 3-sized, and that ended up being correct. I guess they weren't totally random. I think I put the 1s there because I couldn't really see where else they would go. But there are definitely other valid spots for them. So I'm trying to figure out if anything needs a double, which nothing does. I think I'm pointing out that the only thing that maybe could take a double is that 3-sized region under the dog's tail. Yeah, so put the 1s there. Yeah, I'm saying something about how this doesn't need a double, I think. Possibly can't have one. I think I'm figuring out where the 6s go, because all of our 6s are spoken for. At some point, I also noticed there's 4 4s, and also, as we have it now, there's 2 spots for it to go. If those 1s were correct, and I do know that the 5 on the tail is correct. So that needs a 4. Yeah, I'm saying something very interesting, I'm sure. I think at some point I figure out that 6, well, this 6 here needs to be 1, 5. I can't remember why I realized that though. Yeah, so I guessed at the 1s here, I guessed at the 3s here. But I'm also saying that the 6-2 and 0-4 would have worked, the 6-1 and 0-5 would have worked. So all the 6s were possible to go here in this section. So the 3s were just a total guess. And I believe I am guessing at these 2s as well. Which I also, point out that they could be 3s, I think. There's a 4-3 here. We could switch out the 6-3 for a 6-2 and put the 4-3 here and the 6-3 here. Yeah, I'm also guessing that these are 4s. Another guess. I did point out also, though, that there's not really any other explicit spots for 4s, so that it could definitely be 4s in the 8. Okay. At this point, I'm starting to realize, oh my God, this deck could actually be correct. And it was very lucky, like I said. Yep. Yeah, got that. Almost 420 again. But yeah, I apologize if this was kind of hard to watch. I don't know. Oh, this is me in the original. Okay, I'm going to stop that. I did realize that my mic was muted and I recorded an outro, but I'll just record an outro here. Yeah. Sorry if this was hard to watch or whatever. Feel free to skip it, but you probably already did. Anyway, yeah, that was the daily games, the terrible recording of it. But there we go. Thank you for joining me. Hit like or not for this one. Subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.